socio-political landscape, one enduring question remains. What does the future hold for the One Nigeria project? Because since its independence in 1960, the concept of a united Nigeria has been both a beacon of hope and a subject of intense debate, from the promise of unity and diversity to the challenges posed by ethnic, religious, and political divides. The One Nigeria ideal has been tested time and time again. I mean, for the next few minutes, we'll explore the journey of Nigeria's unity, the legal and constitutional implications, the role of leadership, and the influence of both local and diaspora Nigerians in shaping the future. How can we bridge the divides and forge a future where all Nigerians, regardless of ethnicity or religion, can truly say they are one? Joining us to provide expert insights is Mr. Owolabi Salis, US-based lawyer, author, political affairs analyst, who shared his thoughts on the legal, social, and political dimensions of this very crucial conversation. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Right. The One Nigeria project has been a significant theme in the country's political and social discourse, just like I mentioned in my introduction. For you, what does the concept of One Nigeria mean to you, both as a legal professional and as someone who has lived abroad? How do you think the vision of One Nigeria has evolved over the years, and do you believe it is still achievable in the present context?
Thank you. One Nigeria, we just need One Nigeria. Because I had this experience of traveling to so many countries, over 120 countries across the world. Of course, my new name is Astronaut Owolabi Salis, because you call me Mr. Owolabi Salis just for, for the record. So I happened to travel to space recently and come back from space, and so many other, travels that I've done, and then study of diversities of the world. I wrote a book. The book is titled Equitocracy, Equity-Based Democracy, or Astro-Democracy. It's part of the Astro-Democracy. I mean, Astro-Democracy is an equity-based, where you recognize diversity of the country or the diversity of wherever you live in or whatever. So in Nigeria today, we need Nigeria to be one country, to be together. Some people are agitating for division of Nigeria. I'm against it. Why do we need one Nigeria? Because Nigeria is the seventh most populous country in the world. It represents the black race. We need a country to speak for all blacks across, the planet. So that's why we need Nigeria to be together. But the kind of democracy we are practicing right now, we're looking at the presidential and the past, we have practiced the parliamentary system of governance. They are both problems to the unity of Nigeria. And of course, you all know all these problems. I mean, if you want me to go into all this, but I don't want to go into it, but if you want me to go into it, I can go into it. A lot of Nigerians are aware of this problem. We can have refreshments on what the problems are. Number one is the ethnic and religious crisis, as you have just mentioned. We also have the problem of the political crisis going on. When you say political crisis, looking at personality crisis and all that. Are you with me, Jumoke? Hello.
All right. Mr. Salis, I hope you can hear me clearly, but from a legal standpoint, do you think the Nigerian Constitution adequately supports the idea of a united nation despite its ethnic and religious or regional diversity? Are there any constitutional provisions that you think are hindering national unity or further exacerbating divisions?
We need to actually restructure. What we need to do now is to restructure the country. The presidential system we are practicing right now is problematic because it's brought a lot of problems. Look at the president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's just 2 years in power, and they're already talking about 2021. Nobody is not having the peace to even go on. And that's one of the problems of our democracy, the presidential system, because it's a winner-take-all system. So we need to restructure. We need to have a system that will guarantee united Nigeria, that will make for, friendship And I've suggested an equity-based system, which is Astro-democracy. Astro-democracy is a structured democracy, a kind of democracy that recognizes all diverse interests in the society. And I laid out the system. If you are ready, I'm ready to explain how it's going to look like, because the kind of system we have now is just a majority take all. It's a system that only recognizes the majority, ignoring all the minorities in the country. And there's so many minorities in Nigeria today. So the system just ignores them all. Now we need to have a system that will, give sense of belonging to every.
Going to break at this point, and when we come back, we'll continue this conversation. This is Politics Tonight, everyone. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Politics Tonight, everyone. Thank you for staying with us on the program. Tonight, we're exploring the journey of Nigeria's unity, the legal and constitutional implications, the role of leadership and the influence of both local and diaspora Nigerians in shaping the future of this great country. And I've been speaking with Mr. Owolabi Salis, US-based lawyer, author, political affairs analyst. Thank you so much for staying with us on the program, Mr. Salis. Nigeria is home to hundreds of ethnic groups, and tensions often arise between them, especially during elections. I wonder, how do you view the role of ethnic and religious differences in the country's struggle with unity?
Like I just said earlier, everybody knows this problem. You see, if somebody is from Edo State, for example, and wants to contest election in Nigeria, people don't see such a person as serious, which is not right. No, they don't see the minority as serious. The system we practice right now does not guarantee, some kind of opportunity for people who are minorities in the country. We need to restructure, and I'm suggesting a system. I can analyze the system for you. It's titled Astro-democracy. Astro-democracy is a nature-based democracy, a democracy that recognizes diversity and also recognizes equity in the system. Now, let us look at Nigerian past effort in trying to resolve our multi-ethnic situation. One of the efforts is creation of states, and then we have the creation of geopolitical zones. We have regions, started with regions. Now, if we have if you look at this ballot, thank you for visualizing this ballot system. Now, if we ask every state, for example, to give us 3 candidates, 1 per senatorial district, who are competent to govern Nigeria. Okay, let's take Abia, for example. Give us 3 candidates, A, B, and C, that are competent to govern Nigeria. Okay, so the Abia candidates, A, B, and C, will be presented to the people of Abia. Who among the 3 candidates, A, B, and C, is competent to govern Nigeria? Now, Abia people may decide that, okay, we want A to be our chosen person to govern Nigeria. The people of Lagos State may decide, okay, we want A too. The people of Adamawa may say we want A. People of Edo may say we want C. This also, they have 36 candidates, all of them, they have 36 states. The 3 candidates have to be evaluated by all the 36 states. They have 36 states to share. So let's say at the end of the day, A has maybe 30 states against, 3 for B, and then 3 for C, right, making 36 states. Then the same way, we're going to ask other candidates, other states to present 3 candidates. The same evaluation will be done. So A candidate from Abia State, the A candidate from Abia State will be chosen and be taken to the Equity Council. Then other states, the people that win in other states, the highest number of states will also be chosen and be taken to the Equity Council. So we now have 36 candidates in the Equity Council. Among them, who among them has the highest number of states? So if Abia has 36 states, and then Kano has 3600 or whatever, the 36, the one that wins the highest number of states, the 36 states, will be the president or the governor general. So are those ones that win from their states, right, will be the governor.
With this analysis, states. Mr. Owolabi, what impact will this have towards Nigeria's efforts at achieving electoral integrity?
Because you cannot rig election with this kind of system. One of the major problems with Nigerian presidents is rigging. We all know they always write results and all this. So now, With this system now, you can't rig election. Because for you to rig, you need the cooperation of the people from the other states. If you are from Kano and you want to rig in Lagos, we can assist you to rig. We cannot. Because if we assist you to rig, that means we are technically rigging ourselves out of the equation. So you can rig under the system. You cannot, every ethnic group, everybody has a chance of producing who the president is going to be. The chances of Edo State producing the president of the country is 1/36. The chances of Lagos State producing the president is 1/36. The chances of Kano is 1/36. Everybody has a chance, a proportional chance of producing who the president is going to be. That is what they call astro-democracy, a democracy that is natured on diversity, because our country is part of the astro and our planet is part of the astro. So we have to really respect diversity, and it's also called diversity-based democracy. So it's going to solve ethnic and religious crises. There are people not going to fight anymore. They're not going to be like, okay, if you want to be the president of the country, you have to make friends. You have to make friends. You have to go out there and be nice to people. But today, the kind of system we have, people are talking ethnic. They are being biased, creating trouble, causing crisis. And the more they create crisis in the country, the more the political relevance they enjoy. So people just want to create crisis. But with this system, it's gone. The crisis is gone. But you create crisis, you don't win. You don't win an election.
We'll come back to election matters in a minute, but quickly, as a Nigerian in diaspora, what role do you think the Nigerian diaspora should play in the One Nigeria project? And I ask because, for every sit-at-home declaration in the Southeast, it was allegedly sponsored and funded by a Nigerian living abroad. It was also one major reason it was very fantastic to have this conversation with you. Some Nigerians sit abroad, find the emblem of division, mostly say what they do not know, sponsor misinformation which is not acceptable in the country they reside. In your experience, how do diaspora Nigerians view the unity of the country?
There are two types of Nigerians found in diaspora. There are those who believe in the unity of the country like me, and there are people who don't believe because they feel they'll be marginalized. You see, if you're marginalized, then you have the right to agitate. So those you're talking about, they were marginalized and they decide to fight back, fight back to make sure that they are not marginalized or their people are not marginalized. So it's about marginalization of the people that cause all this trouble. But with the system we have that I'm proposing, the system I'm proposing right now, there'll be no marginalization. People are going to fund in unity. They are going to pay for unity. There's no way you can rig. You don't even know how the results going to be. Because if you check the analysis very well, you're not going to see the more united you are, the more you are able to bring good women to Nigeria, the more recognition you're gonna enjoy. So now there are lots of quality Nigerians out there, lots of them. They can't come out to contest under this presidential system. That on the election day, people start talk greed, they bring guns, they start slashing ballot paper. But under this system that I just proposed, it's not possible. It's to be zero. What are you going to carry gun for? Where are you going to start the violence? To who? Because you don't know the direction. The direction, how is it going to go? Okay, you want to bring gun to Lagos State to allow which president? Who? Because the people of Ogun State, they are also, trying to do their own voting. Everybody's doing their own voting under that single ballot paper. And you see, the ballot paper is marked X against Ebonyi, showing that same ballot paper is being used in Ebonyi. Wherever the ballot paper is being used, you mark it hex around that corner. So with the people in diaspora, it's unfortunate, it's all triggered by marginalization.
I'll come back to that. But this system you have just proposed, Mr. Owolabi, does it put into consideration our diversity as a people, our uniqueness as Nigerians, the way we behave, the way we talk, the way we like to do our things? Does it put into consideration all of these factors?
Of course it does, if you have listened to me very well.
I listened to you, and that's why that question came up.
So, yes, exactly, it does. Because one of the way is we're managing our diversity is creation of states and regions. You know, most of these states now, you know, we have Abia, we have this, so we have that. And there are so many people, the inability of many Nigerians to live in another state. Let's say I decide I want to go and live in Abia. I'm a Lagosian. I want to live in Abia. It's so difficult to live in Abia. I mean, to go there and live in Abia, you feel like you are consumed because many times people living in those places outside their ethnic group, they get harassed, they get killed, they get, you know, because many of these governors don't do their job. So with this system now, all Nigerians will be involved in electing who the governor of a particular state is going to be. Because governors, even though they are governors of their state, they have a role in managing the country because they are part of the Council of State. Okay. Because as governor, you are going to be Council of State, so you are part of council, so you're going to make some decisions that are going to affect all Nigerians indirectly. So all Nigerians are involved on who is going to be the governor of a party. So that will make the governors now to be taking policies that are what? National, that are, you know, representative of all Nigerians. And then there'll be stronger unity. Believe me, there'll be stronger unity. Let me explain again, please. That system, if you don't mind, put that ballot paper on the screen again. Now, you're going to ask every state to give us 3 candidates that are competent, 1 per senatorial district, that are competent to govern Nigeria. Okay, Lagos State will bring 3 candidates. So the 3 candidates now will be evaluated state by state. We take the 3 candidates to the people of Lagos State, to the people of Abia, to the people of Anambra, to the people. So the states now will now look at the 3 candidates. Okay, the Anambra people may say, okay, we like C to be our chosen person from Lagos State. People of Abia may say we like B. So all these 3 candidates from Lagos State, they have 36 states to share. Out of the 36 states, maybe C wins 30 points, 30 states against 4 for B and 2 for A. So that means 34 and 2. So the C candidate from Lagos State will be picked up and put in the Equity Council. The same arrangement will be done for all the other candidates, 3 candidates from other states, do the evaluation. Whoever wins the highest number of states will be taken to the Equity Council. So among all the people that won now, the one that wins the highest number of states, highest number will be the Governor General or the President of the country. And if you have 2 candidates, if you have 2 candidates that wins the highest number of states, let's say 36 and 36.
All right, Mr. Salis, let me put you on hold because we need to take another break now. And when we come back, I'll allow you land with that explanation. Please stay with us, everyone. I'll be right back. Everyone, tonight we're exploring the journey of Nigeria's unity, the legal and constitutional implications, the role of leadership and the influence of both local and diaspora Nigerians in shaping the future of Nigeria. And I've been speaking with Salis Owolabi, US-based lawyer, political public affairs analyst. Thank you so much for staying with us, Mr. Salis. Please go on with that explanation.
Okay, thank you very much. You see, it's very important that we both appreciate, or the Nigerians appreciate this explanation. I'll start again. We have
no, you don't need to start again. Just continue from where you start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Out of the whoever, okay, that we said we're going to get whoever wins the states, you know, we'll compile all of them. Okay, who wins in Lagos State, you know, maybe C, who wins in Anambra, who wins in Edo, we compile all of them into Equity Council. The one that wins the highest number of states will be the Governor General, the President. And then if you have 2 people or 2 or more candidates that win the same number of states, let's say 36-0, there'll be some candidates that there's sort of quality people in Nigeria, but this political system doesn't help. So if you have 36-0, then we have 36-0, we have another 36-0, then we look at the underlying votes. So the one that wins the highest number of states with the highest number of underlying votes will be the president. And it's not possible. It's not possible that we have 2 or more candidates that wins the highest number of states and the same number of underlying votes. But if that be the case, that we have 2 or more candidates that wins the highest number of states and the same underlying vote, then we'll do general election for those the candidates that win the same number of states and the underlying votes.
I get
So
it,
that's
Mr. Salis.
kind of
Right, I get it, and I appreciate that. But I asked that question because most times it's always easy, very easy to bring in foreign templates, and over time this has been identified as one of the major challenges with leadership in this country. The leaders bring in foreign templates without considering who we are as Nigerians. Right. But on the other hand, in addressing the issue of justice and equity, many Nigerians feel that the government's distribution of perhaps resources and political power is not equitable, especially between the North and the South. Do you believe that a more balanced approach could help, promote national unity?
Yes, you see, that's why I'm proposing this system, because the system we have right now, once a president comes from a particular ethnic group, most of the people from his ethnic group will be in government. It has happened in the past, and it's still happening, as we speak, which is not right. We need to have a system that will recognize all interest groups in the country. And this system I'm proposing is unique. It's not a foreign templated. It's an Astro democracy, a kind of nature-based democracy. When I say Astro, I mean a nature-based democracy that respects diversity. It's equity. Respect equity, inclusion. So once you respect diversity, then you have peace. But the system that we are practicing, the old parliamentary, is foreign-based, doesn't address our problem. Then the presidential system doesn't address our problem. But this that I'm proposing will address our problem, completely address all the problems. Tell me any Nigerian problem, I will tell you how it's going to address it. Tell me any political and economic problems you have in Nigeria right now. This system is going to address it so easily. Nigeria will be gold. Then another problem, hidden problem in Nigeria, apart from impunity, party impunity, that will not be party impunity. Another hidden problem you don't know is foreign interference. The system you're practicing now is very easy to put your president on a ransom. To put the president on a ransom, either on national, the people in the country, or foreign international terrorists. There are a lot of foreign diplomatic terrorists out there that is not open. You see, you might look at Tinubu, you think he doesn't take this decision. What some people are using to terrorize him behind the scene, if he's able to tell you, you will be surprised. You see, there are a lot of diplomatic terrorists out there too that are holding ransom some of the presidents of Africa. We need this system in Africa, and it's written in a book. It's written in a book called
Great conversation. Great conversation, and I'm happy we had this conversation because it's as important as why we're having it at the moment. Thank you so much, Mr. Owolabi. That's all for today's conversation on the One Nigerian project. I mean, it's clear that the path to unity is not always easy, but it's one that's worth striving for. Thank you so much. I've been speaking with Salis Owolabi, US-based lawyer, public affairs analyst. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Astronaut Owolabi Salis.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Before we get into our next conversation, let's bring you more stories. Director General of the Voice of Nigeria, Jibrin Ndasi, has restated his commitment to reforming VON into a globally respected broadcasting organization. He outlined his key goals during a visit by the Radio, Television, Theatre and Art Workers Union leaders. Mayor Mohammed reports.